Hello, welcome to this video. This is sword lesson 6. So this is the sixth video on sword, and in this video we are going to be talking about conjugate sword. What are conjugate sword? Conjugate swords are sword whose product result to a rational number. So when you have two swords and their product gives you a rational number, not a sword, their product does not result to another sword, but their product result to a rational number like 2, 4. That means those swords are conjugate. And here we have example. The general example of conjugate sword is like here we have sword A plus sword B, and then we have sword A minus sword B. These are the general example of conjugate sword. If you see here now, this sword is the same as this sword, and this is the same as this sword. So the only difference that here is addition, and this sword is what? Subtraction. So when you have sword of these types, that they have the same element, but the operation are different. That means that one is addition and one is subtraction. That give you the conjugate sword. When you have the same element of sword, but one of the sword is additive sword and the other one is subtractive sword, that means those swords are conjugate. Now we are going to show that, prove that this sword and this sword are conjugate sword. If you look at this sword, this is 2 sword 5 plus 3 sword 2, and we have 2 sword 5 minus 3 sword 2. This the content, the element of this sword are the same. This and this are the same, and this and that are the same. The only difference is that this is additive sword and this is what? Subtractive sword. And we still what? That they are what? They are conjugate sword. So, and they were going to prove it right now, how to show that those swords are conjugate sword. The only way to prove it is by finding their product and showing that when we find their product, it results to a rational number according to our definition. So we are going to find the product of this sword quickly. That gives us 2 sword 5 plus 3 sword 2 multiplied by 2 sword 5 minus 3 sword 2. So these are the sword. Now we are going to find the product. Well, let us use this to multiply this. That gives us 2 sword 5 into this. That gives us 2 sword 5 minus 3 sword 2. And then this one now gives us plus 3 sword 2 multiplied by this. That gives us 2 sword 5 minus 3 sword 2. What we just did is that this first multiply this, and then this, the second element here, multiply this. So we are only trying to expand or multiply this sword together. Now we are going to use this to multiply what is in this bracket and use this to multiply what is in this bracket. So that is going to be done. So we are going to have 2 multiplied by this, it's going to give us 4, and then sword 5 multiplied by sword 5, that's going to give us sword 25. Then minus 2 times 3 is 6, and then sword 5 times sword uh, 2 is going to give us sword 10. That is 5 times 2 is 10. And then we'll now go to the second one. That is going to become plus 3 times 2 give us 6, and then sword 5 sword 5 sword 2 times sword 5 is going to give us sword 10. And then we are going to have the last place now going to give us a plus 3 times minus 3. That is going to give us minus 9. That is 3 times 3 is minus 9. And then the sword, we have sword 2 times sword 2. That gives us sword 4. Now, having done that now, if you look at this place critically, see that what we are having here and what we are having here, they are going to give us 0. Because if you subtract the same number, if you add the same number to the subtracted number, it's going to give us 0. If you have minus 6 sword 10 plus 6 sword 10, that is 0. So this automatically gives us 0. So we are now left with 4 sword 25 minus 9 sword 4. And when you look at this now, these are perfect squares. 25 and sword 5, sword 25 and sword 4, they are perfect squares. So we are going to have 4 times 25 square root is 5, minus here we are going to have 9 times 4 square root is 2. That gives us 4 times 5 is 20, minus 9 times 2 is 18. If you subtract that, that's going to give us 2. So, and this 2 is a rational number. It is not a sword. It's not having any square root. So that is why that proved that for us arriving at having a rational number as our answer show that this sword and this sword are conjugate sword. So this is how to prove that two swords are conjugate. You find their product and see if it results to a rational number. And then we are going to have other problem to solve on this. Now, based on what we did here, we are going to apply this to solve this following now. So write down the conjugate of the following sword. Based on what we all did here now, anytime you are finding the conjugate of a sword, you are not going to do all these things. This one was just for us to prove that these two swords are conjugate. So how do you now find conjugate of sword? All you do is to change the sign here. If this is an additive sword, the conjugate is going to be a subtractive sword. And if here is a subtractive sword, the conjugate will be an additive sword. So here now we're having a subtractive sword. So the conjugate of this is going to be 3. It's going to be the additive sword of this. All that will change is here is minus, here is plus. That means these two swords are conjugate. And when you multiply them, you're going to have a rational number. And then also the conjugate of this one sword is going to be, since this is an additive sword, its conjugate is going to be a subtractive sword. That's going to give us 4 sword 5 minus 3 sword 7. So here is plus, here is minus. They are conjugate. And the same thing apply here. We are going to have 3 sword 2. Since this is it's an additive sword, the conjugate will be a subtractive sword. That's going to give us minus 6. And here also we are going to have 3. Since this is a subtractive sword, the conjugate is going to be an additive sword plus 2 sword 5. So this is how to find conjugate of sword. And note that the most important thing about conjugate sword is that when they are multiplied, they result to a rational number. Thank you for watching this video. Now, in the next video, we are going to talk about the product of conjugate sword. See you in the next video and subscribe to the channel for further videos. Thank you.